second thing, obviously, is cheese picks. Things like Meepo or things like that, and that also can work out. But I think most importantly for Boom Esports here is to not lose their spirits and just go for a lineup which has Mikoto on the win condition. That's where that's when they're the best.
Alrighty, well, we do now have a draft for game number 2 between Boom Esports and Geek Fam. Let's get into it, gents.
Look at that adaptation already from Boom.
Yeah, AA
they're
throwing at it there.
Like two very classic heroes. Like, so when we're looking at Boom, Geek Fam, their best heroes were like Puck, AA, Earthshaker, Nyx, WeSave, all these types of heroes. And now you got 4 bans. What does that mean? We can start banning them out.
Yeah, Nyx is still in though.
Yeah,
it's one of the heroes that's still inside.
Yeah, but it's hard to. I think the Nyx is a very much enabling factor. But you take away like the big heroes. Like in terms of drafting, I think Earthshaker enables that off lane. AA, it enables that safe lane and block pick.
Nyx Assassin enables a lot of things, and it also prevents the enemy from picking heroes such as Odie, such as Lash, right, as well. And then it allows you to pick something like a PL too, because there are many heroes that aren't as good of a counter. But what do you think overall? What do you think about Sven? Because that hero has been dead forever. Now you have a different Daedalus that's actually pretty good for him. The Mask of Madness is also sick this patch. I see everyone, as much as people were rushing for Crystallis in that last patch, they're doing the same with Mask of Madness right now.
Well, the Mask of Madness, even though it's still good now, I think the other underrated thing is the fact you can still dissemble it into Satanic and Butterfly, right? So it gives you that ability to scale, farming. But Sven overall, as a hero, the reason why it was so bad before is because it gets kited later on. But with the potential Axe pickup as well, you have that kind of ability through your stun allowing you to move around the fight. But I think the biggest concern for a Sven to be able to perform in games is the laning phase. When you have physical damage carries with only like 1 stun and nothing else in their kind of toolkit, it's hard to really kind of enable that outside of maybe a tri-lane, so like an Earth for AA.
Warcry doesn't really help.
No,
too much.
I think even though Sven's a good hero, it's still not like top tier because of that big laning phase issue that it faces, and you might have to try it. But then you might see Batrider, Darkseer off lanes that can skip waves, and now you're enabling it in a different way.
Let's see. Was Ricky banned out, by the way? I'm not
gonna lie, mate. I didn't even see. I was looking into your eyes.
Ricky wasn't banned out.
Ah, there you go.
We have Lich on the side of Geek Fam. It's usually one of those heroes that's really good with Lich. Geek Fam did ban it out in that first game. Let's see if Boom perhaps goes for it. It is the 10th pick. They could cover it a little bit afterwards, but there's DB as well. That's really good versus Ricky. There's many heroes that are still in the pool. And they just pick up the Nyx. Yeah.
Well, this is what I think this whole 4-ban strategy is coming to. Like, if you're second pick, you need to pick the potential flex. And this is still kind of Mars. It's kind of simple to say because obviously mid side lane. But it's if you're first pick, you just don't need to show anything. You're going to be able to counter into the second phase because as first pick, you see one hero, then you pick your next hero, right? So now you've got 2 supports. Technically, this doesn't even kind of open you up to certain cheese picks. You've still got a little bit of push from both heroes. You've got pick-off potential. Like, this is a nice opening. If, let's say, you pick 2 supports here, that was, let's say, AA Oracle, for some wild reason, then you get obviously stormed, embered, right? But this very generic support opening, it allows you to get through that initial second phase part.
They ban out the Nyx. It's very interesting. It's a hero that could work well for them in the laning stage versus Mars, and also later on with the Nyx Assassin, you'd have the bomb. So there has to be a reason why they're banning out something like that. Perhaps the reason is their offlaner, something that's not as good versus Nyx. We'll see. One of those heroes that was picked before is Legion Commander. Even though it used to be really good versus Nyx, it isn't anymore. But we'll see if they opt to go for it.
Yeah, I haven't seen much from Legion recently. I think she's been pretty underrated by most teams in terms of her effectiveness.
Overall, not the best hero right now. So.
No.
It's a okay laner, has the ability to dominate some lanes, but it still falls flat where if you go for the Vlad's pipe build, then sure, you're tanky, that's really good. But if you want to go for that blink, it's hard to really execute. The hard dispel, or strong dispel, sorry, is always pretty good, but overall, you want to have team fight. This whole patch, it's always about fighting. Games are average length is like 30 minutes or something. So Legion Commander, even though it's good in very situational games, it's hard to really want to pick it unless there's a certain reason.
Man, I'm going to have a lot of problems trying to keep my hands off my face.
Ah, yeah, you've done
with the beard. I'm always
get off there, get off.
I've been like,
boys, I've got the.
Already.
I've got the thing. There we go.
Good job, mate.
It will help.
So I'm going to wipe down this after because obviously I've been like kind of hugging my desk pretty much. Like, I love my desk, you know.
Must be hard for you, Liz. You know, you're a very attractive man. It must be hard for you to keep people at a distance. You know, no, 6 feet. They are constantly coming up to you.
Yeah, sadly, it's not as amazing as you might imagine it.
Oh.
As two ugly bricks, we have nothing.
Yeah, we
Good.
don't know.
People
never
run
wanna
away
come
from
close to
us. Yeah,
But
exactly.
I hug you every time. What do you mean?
Well, like months ago,
Yeah, months ago.
Yeah, we got it.
Definitely not.
we elbow bump now.
Yeah,
Come on.
now only elbows, nothing else. Definitely.
Taking a long time though on this Geek fan ban. Like this is the issue with this single ban. Like Boom, they clearly, I would like to think they've got a like you said, they know what they're going to be picking. It's hard to kind of ascertain where they're going with this ban because normally these second phase bans, when you had two of them, it'd be a little bit more generic, right? It's like banning out a hero. But
right now you can go any given way. They ban out the Lash, which gives them an option to go for the
I'm
PL.
vibing a PL right now, a fat PL.
Well, let's see. They go with it.
There it is.
Why
Oof. But this is how you need to use it, right? So if you have one ban, as long as you have an understanding of the other count, like, so if you rated your top 3 issues, right?
Aren't you thinking about Sven right now? Sorry.
Maybe. It could be good.
Lash is great, right? Lash, as you said, please continue. You talked
No,
about
it's fine.
counters.
So yeah, the idea, I was thinking about the Sven as well, but Sven for sure is pretty good as well. The issue there quickly is about the Lich Armor, and then you have this Marzol. It's a lot of team fight control. You need to wait for your BKB, it's going to be hard. But no, with the ban idea is you rank your 3 best counters to your core that you want to pick second phase. You make sure that your first 2 picks in some way cover them, and then you ensure that your ban is used on that top rated pick.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, definitely. It's a little bit harder to cover your pick anyway because you don't have two bans right now. Maybe one of those bans can come in the first stage. And look at this. They picked the end.
Has to be Sven, right? You're not feeling the Sven now? You see Darkseer pick a casual Sven, then you have like, it's talking about that simple draft, right? It's easy to execute, it's a classic.
Yeah, I'm just worried for this Darkseer pick overall.
Enchantress
is so good versus him in the laning stage.
Yeah.
You can dispel pretty much everything that he's got. You can even take control of his illusions. The laning stage won't be easy for Darkseer plus Nyx at all.
Will they still be able to go behind the tower and take the first creep wave with his Ench throwing impetuses their way?
Yeah, you can do it. She's gonna take away one of the Iron Shells. So I guess you can't really kill the creep wave before it reaches the tower.
Yeah.
The way that normally that you might see this Darkseer
Go with
play.
the Ember as well.
Yeah. It's fine. So the Ember is obviously the PL counter. It's one of the classics. You know, when you think of how to deal with PL, he can always itemize maybe with potentially Radiance. You don't normally see that. It's like Phase, Maelstrom, the Drum, BKB, this type of build, maybe a Shivas, and then you can just kind of clear through his illusions. And Darkseer naturally enables that as well. You have Flame Guard, you then put the Iron Shell as well on him, Surge. It now means you don't have to use your Remnants to be aggressive. You can use the Surge to get in, and then the Remnants to disconnect. So there is potential for this to be this is super aggressive, and I like how clean it looks now compared to that previous draft. The issue is, I'm not seeing an AM ban here, and Boom have a tendency to want to pick an AM. So there is potential this could go downhill, but
is there something we're not seeing? Some counter that's position 1 versus PL that they could go for? That would work much better. Something like a Gyro, perhaps, would
Gyro is a pretty strong hero.
Yeah, they also have the Nyx plus Darkseer combo with the cooldown. It could work quite well for them.
One of the best changes, I think, to Gyro was actually the flak. I think you lose one attack on your flak, but now it's on half cooldown. It's like 20 seconds, I think, now. So your farming potential is a lot higher. Technically, you might have an issue going into like that ultra late game where you need that additional flat cannon to maybe get that key hero. But overall, as a hero, you farm a lot quicker. Your ultimate is on a really long cooldown. It's now at 90 seconds, I think. But it's a lot more damage on that second hit. So yeah, I think Gyro as a hero is pretty strong now. And you don't need that insane enabler, that IO to really kind of push it through.
Did they change Gyro's talents to give him some flak shots to make up for it, though?
I don't think so, no. No. I played it yesterday. I don't think it did. Maybe I was blind. Maybe I default. I don't know. But going back to this Enchantress Darkseer lane, I think the biggest thing about this is the patch is all about how the position 4 drags the creep wave, right? So you're naturally playing away from the lane in terms of you bring it back between your towers. So there's that moment where if the position 4 drags the creep wave behind his towers and you have the Darkseer skipping, there's going to be moments where the Enchantress doesn't know really what, like, you can zone the Darkseer, your position 4 is getting fat. Like,
I think that's the only thing they can do in that lane.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's the only possible solution to the Enchantress lane. You have to creep skip and get away
in multiple places, moving it around.
But the thing is, if you're doing that, you're pretty much leaving PL to do whatever he wants to. He will have a good lane. He will have good farm. And now you can counter the Ember as well, which sets you up for 2 possible easy lane wins.
But that's the issue with the Darkseid though pick. As much as we talk about the whole idea of maybe the Sven, but there's going to go Ember, Darkseid naturally doesn't ever win lanes anymore. You don't see these position 4s like these Earth Spirits, Barrows, Bounty Hunter.
Oh, there it is.
That's your carry, I guess.
The carry, yeah. So to be very clear, just because an Ags, where am I looking here? Just because Ags is in the game, I hope he doesn't rush it.
Yeah,
I'd like to see FaZe, Drum, maybe a little bit of tempo, maybe like an SMY just to be a little bit tankier. He's a really obnoxious hero, high move speed. But then he may go for the Acme, but I don't want to see it personally. I think not straight away.
Get out of here, Teague.
It looks like they're in their, let's not call it full comfort zone, but full fun mode. Let's enjoy this game.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah, you can respect the Bounty Hunter. It can win. I have seen many teams roll the position 1 Bounty Hunter quite successfully.
Have we completely forgot though that there's a PL against Bounty Hunter?
Yeah, that's
carry. We might got carried away here. We screamed Bounty Hunter, and then we forgot obviously the matchup.
And now they also got the Monkey King for that mid lane matchup versus the Ember Spirit.
This is. I like the fun. I like obviously that people are transitioning towards the idea, the concept of Bounty Hunter being maybe a really good carry. But my main fear is simply, in this game with these picks, the itemization, at no point can Bounty itemize to deal with a Manta Diffusal Heart PL.
It just looks the same way it did in the first game. The only way they managed to win this game and take control is if they win early on, if they dominate the laning stage, and if they just crush afterwards. And when you look at their lanes and when you look at these heroes, that's not happening. And because of that, this game is going to be very difficult for Boom.
Does track give them an out, though? Does track give them like a way to kind of squeeze this one out? Maybe start the snowball rolling?
Look, it's not the track that used to be 5 years ago. It's not the same thing. It's not as good. So because of that, this Bounty Hunter might give them an edge with that track, but I don't see it having that much of an impact.
It's the same issue again. It's the fact that we have this Ember who need, like, the last game we had Chen Ember, and they had to make the space, and now we've got Ember with Rubik, so it's the different pairing, maybe got the next as well. But this Ember still isn't going to have a good lane. He's going to be against a Monkey King. Monkey King naturally does pretty well against that. I think there is still a little bit of maybe skill to it. The Ember could drag the first wave. I don't know if you've seen that. Blade behind the tower, bring it round. So there's potential that Ember could do that, get early level advantage maybe, but it's so hard for this Ember to make any space. And then when you can't make space and you don't get any items because maybe you had a bad laning phase, like the last game, you look at your Bounty Hunter, what are you going to do?
And think about the Bounty lane. It doesn't look that great.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
He's going to have the best laning stage too. We'll see.
Alrighty, gentlemen, we have our draft. We have our game coming up. And to talk us through that game, we have Killer Pigeon and Hairy Freak.
Thank you, panel. Well, they were talking earlier about Lizard and how beautiful he is, and I don't know about you, but looking at these drafts as a Disney classic, Beauty and the Beast. One side has what's known, works well, and the other is throwing a curveball with this Bounty Hunter.
I actually like the curveball. I actually think that it can work if they hit that timing. They don't lose the laning stage too much. They hit that timing with the track, with the Iron Shell. They just run in. They get some gold. The Ember with the Maelstrom will deal pretty well with the PL in the beginning, and later on we could see Battle Fury picked up for the bounty. Later on it has been increased from 60 to 70% cleave on heroes, so it is solid. And as I say that...
Yeah, that's not a good way to begin the plan right there.
That's not a good way to begin the good laning stage, or the laning stage where you do not get destroyed, so Nyx loses his life. That's pretty bad. I'm not sure how that happened.
Do you want to reassess your discussion, or are you still on the bounty?
No, I think that Geek Fam has this game, but I just see the way that Boom can play this game in a way that they potentially win it.
That's true. I think the big issue we always see, right, is when PL gets to a certain tanky point, even when you have that Battle Fury, the frustration is you're targeted in one direction, right? And when the PL army gets going, it surrounds you on all sides. So it can be a little bit of a frustration to deal with. And then you've got to say that, okay, could we maybe build a Mjolnir on the Ember eventually, stick that on the bounty and makes him an unfightable force for the PL? So there is a niche scenario, and if any region loves rushing Ags, it's SEA, but as we heard from T, maybe weighing off that, have a few other items in mind before you just rush into the Ags as a bounty hunter this game.
Look at the beautiful block from Mikoto. He actually got the creeps into the tower, so this is going to be pretty nice for him, since actually he wants to get all the Jingo stacks up, even though he's beneath the tower, and he makes a mistake.
He really wants those Jingoos, but don't worry, because down in the bot lane, Nyx is still doing what he does best, at least going by this game so far, which is sacrificing his life so that hopefully FBZ doesn't have to, but they might have the run down here. They need to blast And they'll be able to get it. He
Yeah.
walks back out.
Ah, that's a bummer. He clicked on the wrong place and the pathing just took him back into death. But that's actually how they need to play. They need this Darkseer to be high leveled. They need him on level 7, and this way he's going to be completely shut down. If he cannot follow his Bounty Hunter, if he cannot follow his Ember Spirit, he's going to be completely useless. As the same goes for the Nyx, he needs the levels. So again, a nice tri lane coming up from Geek Fam, and now the Nyx is trying to steal the wave, but he's just gonna give up his life again.
It's a trade. You want the lane, we want your life. Or we might get Corey for it. It's like, yeah, he thought about running, but there was a realization, I'm not getting out, so I'm taking your pet with me.
When it comes to gold, it's kind of the same, but when it comes to levels, they're really, really suffering. And even though the Monkey King made a mistake in mid and he died, he's still gonna dominate this lane. So things definitely not looking good for Boom ID. I don't know how they could have maybe, even if they anticipated this, how they could have dodged it. You really can't, you don't want to play the Darkseer in the safe lane. You want to have those neutral camps that you can pull the creep waves to. So very nice idea from Geek Fam, and I think that even now, the start of the game, Boom is actually in a corner.
Yeah, and the concern is, can you make plays to the outer lanes, right, off the back of this Ember, really? Maybe move to these areas of the map, the outer lanes, because that's what we're looking for. When you think about the way that Geek Fan played this and maybe where Boom's weakness was, last game they didn't have outer lanes that they could leverage for a quick snowball. It was like, okay, more space for AM. In this game, with a Bounty Hunter of all things, you have the ability to run at people. So maybe accept that mid lane's going to suck, get 6, rotate.
And accept that your bot lane is gonna suck as well.
That's a given.
Yeah, but then when he gets 6, he instantly rotates. He maybe catches them off guard. Maybe they start killing them too much on bot lane. They overextend at some point. Bounty gets some kills. You get some golden experience back, and then you run with the Iron Shell. So that's kind of a scenario in which Boom Esports kind of plays this game, but if it continues like this and Geek Fam don't make a mistake and don't give those early kills when the bounty hits 6, 7, level 7 or level 6, then it's gonna be a problem for Boom.
Definitely, and you can just hear the mischievous monkey in the distance. That's the variable I'm looking at on their side, right? Because you got this PL, he's going to farm away. And we mentioned that Ember can rotate out, but we've seen how effective a Monkey King can be. If he hits one lane, you can just rush TP to another still with a Jingu running and find yourself multiple kills across the map.
That's actually something that can come into play, hopefully for Boom this Ember. From that first kill that he got pretty much for free, he can do something. He can get level 6, 7 earlier, get some Searing Chains and help his team on bot lane. I think that's the place where they need to fight, but if at that point the Darkseer and the Nyx are still level 1, level 2, even level 3, it's going to be extremely hard for them.
Yep. It all comes down to who can get on the map, make a kill first. Speaking of first, this is your first time on an English broadcast, though. Is it not, Nico?
It's not the first time on an English broadcast, but it is the first time that I'm in a studio on an event. I casted for some studio online.
Okay.
Yeah, but when it comes to English, but this is my first time definitely in an event like this.
Well, you're doing a great job so far. You enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. I like doing it. I work as a TV host back in Serbia, so it's actually...
You're actually a celebrity then?
Yeah, kind of. The kids know me because the little guys watch those esports channels, not really the older population, but the kids kind of know you. They sometimes want to take pictures with you, but not really a celebrity, I would say. But yeah, some people know about me.
You're a local celebrity, but don't worry, all right? We love having you, and we're loving this view. As we just, how much of the map have we been over right now?
I think from one end till the other. At one point, I was not sure at what part of the map we are.
You're like, where's that Monkey King laughing from? We're almost there. We almost see him.
Yeah, I really am not sure. Where are we now? We are in
Radiant
base.
In the bot lane.
Yeah,
the safe lane.
Why is the Monkey's not there, right?
He is. You can see a little logo.
Yeah, but then you have 4 heroes in the base.
But he's mischievous. You can't see him.
No way. No way that the 4 heroes are in the base. There's...
I know. Look, you see the monkey icon on the screen. Maybe he's not there, but he is there in icon.
Okay. The icon.
I think he is, actually. Oh, is that the core? It might be the core. Oh, yes, the core. Nice little thing there. There you go.
Oh, it's the core. Okay, nice. Okay, so
I've
we
noticed that before.
thought it was heroes, and I was like, "There's no way there are 4 heroes in their base right now. They're
Well,
winning the lanes and killing
In
everyone."
fairness, all right, Monkey King can look like his courier.
That's true.
He's got us on that one. Apologies for the short break, folks. We are just technical standby, but shouldn't be too much longer. What support do you really think is going to have the biggest impact? Like, do you think, for example, this Ench is going to be pretty big this game? Because you are the dark sit factor, right?
Well, usually when it comes to supports in this game, I think on the side of Geek Fam, they just need to enable their cores. That's what they do. What's their other? They have an Enchantress. The other one is Lich. Yeah. So they just enable their cores. The Lich will do some damage in the team fight, but other than that, the PL, the Monkey King, and the Mars are going to be the ones doing the damage and the ones that need to have all the items, right? On the other side, you have Nyx, you have Rubik. Those are the supports that you actually might see making some plays. The Rubik will have a decent game since he's alone on top with the bounty. They're actually only against the Mars, so he's going to be pulling. He's going to have a lot of experience. And the Nyx on the other side, he could do a lot this game. Nyx is a hero who can get those 2-3 man stuns, who can pop his carapace at the right point and actually do a lot. But given that he is being destroyed at this point, I don't know how.
He's doing a lot for the scoreboard, just for the other side.
Yeah, and that's usually not a good thing.
I'm also upset that we're back to regular view. I can no longer debate you or the chat.
I actually like it more this way because you cannot debate me.
Have you never played in action mode?
No, I haven't, and I don't want to try.
All right, I'm happy to 1v1 you mid, but you will have to try action mode.
Do we both play action mode, or am
why did you ask that question? I was hoping you'd... Fine, I'll play action mode as well.
No, okay, I'll let you play normal mode, I'll play action mode, and we're gonna say what you do if I beat you, because that's a really big handicap.
If everyone wants to see the teams play full action mode both sides, this is the time to let the admins know with your 4 heads and 5 heads, actually, because sometimes you can't tell the difference between someone who's just using 4 head. Mars is using his 4 head on his shield there. It's not advisable. You can cause concussion and all kinds of issues.
And given that there's a pandemic of the COVID-19...
He's not really respecting the minimal distance we've been lecturing on.
Yeah, so he's putting his head on a surface that could have gotten the virus on it, so that's not really something you should do. Don't put your foreheads on the shield.
Put your foreheads in chat, not on the shields or the tables or anywhere else. All right, we're losing more heroes now. This is...
Yeah, but we're getting some back. Lich disconnected, then he reconnected. The Ember disconnected, and then he reconnected. So it would be nice if we would know what the problem is, but I'm guessing it's going to be fixed soon, and we're going to be back in this game.
This is just a fine art form, right? Like, sometimes Dota is so fast, you play it, you don't really appreciate it, okay? Like, think about, when was the last time you actually jigged your cosmetics and paid attention to what you put on your heroes?
Everyone always does that, right?
I got some heroes I haven't touched in like years, okay?
I don't know, I always look at my Pudge and my Arcana, the green one, and I'm always looking at it, and that's about it. When I play on a Smurf and I don't have it, I'm very, very sad. So, but I've never seen this view, and actually the map looks really nice, and okay, now I know that we're in the mid lane seeing the heroes, but if I would look at this, I'd have no idea where on the map we are.
You also don't appreciate how big neutral creeps are. They're huge.
Are they?
Well, the Alpha Wolf, you just missed him. He's showing his back end to us. He doesn't want to talk. But yeah, I think we've highlighted well what the kind of goals are, right? The enabling factor. Do you see some kind of peak times? Like, what are the target timings where you want to try, like, look for the first Roche, start pushing towards base for both these teams?
Well, both teams are not that good at Roche, so winning a big team fight next to the Roche pit is probably going to be the only way that we see a team take Roche in this game. Maybe if the Mars gets Deso, but seeing as he's being left alone, we don't really expect him to get it this game, or maybe later on. But the peak timing for the side of Boom, like I said, they need some levels on the Darkseer, high-level Ion Shell, and run into the enemy. So drums on the Bounty Hunter, and you don't even need any items on the Ember Spirit, and you get a good roll. Yeah, you need levels. You run in. When it comes to the side of Geek Fam, it's like between 25, 35 minutes, they're going to end the game. If it goes super late, actually, the Ember Spirit and the Bounty, if he goes for that Battle Fury, they might even be able to deal with the PL later on, with the BKBs and all. But I don't think that Geek Fam is gonna let that happen. 25 minutes, PL gets Manta, gets Diffusal, and that's kind of the big timing when he's just gonna run over the enemy team.
It's also that itemization factor, like, right, we're dealing with the PL with our items, but then who's dealing with the Monkey King would be the bigger concern as well.
Yeah, well, the Monkey King is the one that you need to deal with your spells. Stun with the Nyx, the Iron Shell, and the Flame Guard are gonna burn him down, so that's kind of a way that you deal with him. So I expect him to get a BKB earlier, maybe a second item. First item either probably is gonna be the Diffusal, the second item BKB, maybe an Echo Saber. I don't know if people will go for Maelstrom right now. It has been nerfed, and people tend to overreact when items get nerfed. The panel talked about it regarding heroes. Also, it stands for the items. So it's not really clear what the Monkey will go, but I think that his second item is going to be BKB, and that's when they're going to fight.
All right, and we'll finish for the second looking at this beautiful kitty cat lady, as we've just got a little news in that we're probably going to go to a short break. Apologies for that, folks, but hopefully we'll be back very soon. Have all 10 players in the lobby ready to give us an SEA bloodbath. Stay tuned. And there we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I told you it wouldn't be too long. We are back. We do have everyone in the lobby, but not everyone you'd expect. There's been a slight change. It turns out that Boom's fifth player had to be changed. KezQ couldn't make it back in, so he's been replaced by XLR8. which, if you know, for those who are acute to the linguistics of the kids these days, accelerate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but it seems to be their manager. It's not even a coach, so I'm not sure how well he's doing, and I'm gonna say that it might be the Lion from the last game.
Well, when you think about it, he's doing this 5 role, right? And in the 5 role, part of your job is really to manage players, right? And he does that for a living, so this could be an advantage.
Yeah, it's actually an advantage that their captain is not playing. So they're actually diving here, and they could get some kills. FBZ has level 2. Where did he put? Oh, he put it on the creep so that it cannot get purged. And Nyx is gonna be fine. I'm not sure about FBZ, but with the surge, he's gonna get out. So
he's fine. Raven's like, how did I end up here? But he's got creeps, so he should better escape. But this is the big thing, right? I was looking to highlight this before we had that long pause. Is Enchantress is really good against the enemy team, right? Can screw over the Ember, can screw over the Darkseer as well because of the dispels.
Yeah, but wait a second. On mid, there's gonna be a.
He didn't die for it this time.
Yeah, and he actually has the Boundless Strike, so he's gonna heal up a lot. Is he actually in trouble?
Okay, I spoke too soon. He didn't learn about towers. But you know, what's that saying? Fool me twice?
I'm not.
Fool me 4 times is what I'm hoping we don't reach this game. But that is not the way that the Ember Monkey King matchup is meant to go.
Yeah, they're the same in farm and 2 kills on the side of Ember. So that's actually quite big for Boom. We were talking about that he's a very important hero. Accelerate here, gonna be in trouble.
Pretending to be a member of OG.
Yeah, I think Zephyr here is definitely gonna get the kill. Oh, there's a stun.
He turned around, though.
Actually, beautifully done. He wants to deny.
No, there it is. If he hadn't turned around...
I think he was alive, actually.
I don't think he could believe that it worked. He's like, what?
Just a second here to see what this duel is going to come to, and the Nyx is just going to get out. Is this a Monkey King in trouble again?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He's in a lot of trouble. Makoto's trying to move forward. He's going to have the Sleight of Fist again in 4 seconds. He has to turn around fight. That's not enough, though. He's going to die.
Yeah, he is going to die. He couldn't die.
He selfed as well.
Okay, so a very bad game for the Monkey King, and this could be the thing that actually gives the Boom ID the edge. We can see that the bottom lane is actually starting to get some experience. That dive didn't work. They pulled a lot of creeps. Now they're getting experience. So, in my opinion, Boom ID, Boom Esports is actually doing quite well in this laning stage. Seeing at how it started, now it's really, really nice.
And now they'll look to apply some pressure in the bot lane as well. And we did mention that from the mid lane. It's whoever can move there first.
Raven can die.
Probably soon. Raven can die, and it looks like he will. He heard you. He's like, okay, it's a good way to get full HP, and FBZ hears you out on that and joins him too. So
a bit of a misplay there on the Nyx. I think he didn't hit the PL even once, so the tower couldn't attack him. He was probably trying to give the aggro to the Nyx, but here it's actually gonna be Bounty in trouble with this dust. He's gonna be very slow and he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, turns out they're hunting his booty and his support was nowhere to be seen. But as we said, this mid lane, now that you've got 6 on Makoto, it should be very hard to fluff this up, right? To allow kills to go the way of the Monkey King, because you always have that escape factor. And Accelerate, however, does not have that luxury.
Yeah, he doesn't have the luxury to move that fast as the Ember Spirit, so he's gonna die. Like you said, the Ember Spirit now cannot die from the Monkey King, and the big thing is that he can kill him, right? When the Ember gets some levels, he's actually quite good against the Monkey. The Monkey cannot take away the Flame Guard, so we see that it's only a level 1 Flame Guard because it cannot be taken down. It's still 30 DPS, so I'm actually quite scared for this Monkey King now. Once Ember gets level 7, Sleight of Fist, 4 seconds, it's gonna be a big problem.
It's the painful part for the Monkey King, right? A low armor hero. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, a hero with enough armor to get away, and with a Spike Carapace hide, should be able to hide in trees, but not the right way. Got blocked by the illusions.
Yeah, he should have waited just a little bit, and maybe he could have gotten through those trees, but he clicked, and again, the pathing not working in the favor of Boom. So they started doing well on bot, but again, when the one more hero comes there, it's really hard for them to play. And now we see a rotation from the Bounty, and this is definitely the lane that they want to go to.
This is the painful part as well. That Sleight of Fist still does so much damage, even when he's under tower with the bonus armor. This hero just doesn't have the ability to stay alive.
Yeah.
On top lane, he's got closer to his safety zone in the tower, but it's still not good enough, as Accelerate will be brought down again.
He's dying quite a lot, but he's the only one that's constantly dying. Even the Nyx, who got tri-lane, is actually getting some levels, getting some farm. The only one that is getting destroyed is the Rubik, and that's not that big of a deal. And having in mind that it's the team manager, we can't really expect much. We do not know how good he is.
We don't know his MMR. That's what he's trying to avoid, the curse word.
This dive is not going to work.
Oh, especially if you miss stuns like that. Instead, Dreamer's Cell is going to be brought down. Hyde has the Spike Carapace. This time he makes it into the tree line, but they'll break that tree line and they'll break his spirit as well. That's going to be the 5th death for Nyx. And these supports, they are making sure that their cores don't die too much, but they are in fact hemorrhaging a lot of deaths themselves by doing so.
Yeah, that's true. But here, this was a solid rotation from Boom, but Geek Fam read it perfectly. They brought the Mars, and when the Bounty Hunters started going in, they just were ready with him. The spear was there, and he just died. After that, you have to bail, and Nyx couldn't get out.
And now Boom's going for the double down. They're like, okay, we have stuck his head in the mud. We've kicked our boot on his head, and let's continue to do that. As Monkey King, it looks like Ember's going to pursue across. Roots him on the spot, and there's no chance he can get the lifesteal up in time, as they're just going to keep pummeling into the mid of the side of Geek Fam.
This is the right play. Mikoto needs to get active. December Spirit is right now probably definitely the strongest hero on the map. If he was bot, if he followed his Bounty Hunter, that would have been a different story. So if those two heroes play together, they might get a lot of track kills in. In the meantime, the Darkseer can recover a bit, get his level 7, and then level 4 Iron Shell. With these two heroes, it's gonna be big trouble for Geek Fam.
That's definitely the case. As right now, Boom, this Ember, it's an interesting choice, right? Usually we see an advantage leverage, then you rotate. But when you're beating the crap out of him this much, why would you rotate? You just make sure the Monkey King's never a factor. However, Mikoto is in a little bit of trouble. A lot of damage being done, and he's gone.
That was perfect from Cuckoo. Cuckoo came there, he purged the shield. The shield would have killed the Monkey King, but this way he just survived. They even killed the Ember, who was having a perfect game, and now Mikoto is not going to be too happy with this. But again, he needs to play with the Bounty Hunter. If the Bounty Hunter was there, the Monkey King just dies, and then there is no counterplay. So I'm hoping that they start playing together soon, and then we might see that this draft can actually work.
Yeah. Saying this earlier, the Enchantress it's a secret sauce in your sandwich, right? It screws over the Ember's ability. That's another reason Ember probably didn't go into the Flame Guard too early. And then at the same time, the Darkseer, any attempt to try and actually farm or get someone else is going to backfire.
Oh.
And Whitemon is no mon.
Yeah, he's just dead. I think they let the Darkseer get that kill, or the Bounty wanted another Janada hit. I'm not sure, but he had the Iron Shell on him, so in the end FBZ, even though he wasn't there, he got the kill. He just surged the Nyx with the track. They were it was easy to get close to the Lich, and they get that track kill. So we can see that they are losing in kills, but still winning in gold. Those track kills are gonna kick in at one point.
Yep, and it's all about retaining that lead when that happens, right? Usually the downside of Bounty Hunter in a team lineup is you start to snowball, you build this lead, but because you've got so much gold, you can find yourself vulnerable because it's not equatable to XP as well. Difference here is this is a core Bounty Hunter, so he should be able to stay up on levels and gold to a point that he's not the expendable kill.
I actually played a core Bounty Hunter, I think, yesterday, and I had problem with levels. Just a second, let's see what's gonna happen in mid. Okay, he's gonna go out. I had a problem with levels because I was running around the map too much.
That's the thing. You're like, oh, I need to be active. It's the same reason roamers feel a little bit rough to play at the moment.
That's actually that could be a problem, but we'll see how Dreamocell is gonna approach this game. He's level 8, so right now he's okay when it comes to experience.
Of course, the big concern for them is that despite the Ember getting a great start, it hasn't rippled to the outer lanes, right? This PL is still farming pretty damn well, top on the net worth, and that's not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. At the same time, Geek Fam have this issue that the Monkey King is still dirt poor.
Yeah, he has been. We're gonna see Diffusal coming out really early. That could be a problem. If he goes in, if he burns the Ember's mana, he's gonna be in big trouble, though. There is the Surge, so not too much of lockdown on the side of Geek Fam. Just a second here.
Lockdown. Dreamer's Cell has been found out. We'll go and visit the move away, but the dust does reveal a mech, Surge, and away. Sayonara, suckers. However, someone has been left behind the side of Geek Fam because they thought it was such an easy kill. They were confidently posturing, but now The split on the fight, FBZ stunned against the tree, will be overwhelmed and killed off. You save a life, but you give your own in return and accelerate. Oh no. Every time, he just, the positioning just a little bit off, he can never escape.
I mean, that was kind of unlucky. The bounces were unlucky for him. They went on to the neutral creeps, then bounced on him, then again on the neutral creeps him. So it was really, really unfortunate there. But again, Mikoto, we were talking about experience. He's probably scared if he starts running that he's gonna lose a lot of experience. But this way, he's just leaving his team vulnerable. And at this point, he is the strongest on the map. So I would really like to see him get active. But it seems like he wants to get the Maelstrom first. And I'm just not sure it's the best choice right now.
No. And, you know, when you look at Geek Fam, with the PL going towards this defusal, they're looking to get more aggressive. They're looking to ramp this up. However, they're ramping it up on the Raven himself. Mikoto chases the wrong one. That's the illusion, sir. You're in the wrong place, the wrong neighborhood. You have no friends to bail you out this time. For Slight Fist to buy a bit of time, but not enough to get him out.
That's really unfortunate. At the time where he probably should have fought, he didn't, and now when he decided to, Geek Fam was ready for that. They were ready for the Ember Spirit. There was not much help for him. Only one hero was there from his side of the team, so very, very bad now for Boom. At one point it looked like they could start snowballing, but definitely Geek Fam played it well, and they didn't let that happen.
Yeah, this is kind of that sweet spot, right? Beating the dead horse. That's what started to happen to Monkey King. He even got punished for it at one stage, and all of a sudden that lead that he built starts to crumble. Monkey King begins to catch up. The Enchantress is up there as well. We already mentioned that this is going to counter two of their heroes. And still, that PL is accelerating at this point in the game.
Yeah, he is. And he is probably a hero that Boom should look to kill. So it was kind of the right idea, but probably at the wrong time. So we're gonna see. They're gonna take the mid tower. It's gonna open up a map a bit, so they can chase for those kills. It's gonna be really hard for Geek Fam to get into their jungle, and as I say that, this could be a fight.
Arena goes down, breaks the trees, reveals everything they need to know. Hyde is not gonna be safe hiding in that tree line. But that might be all they right. As they look to back up a little bit here, Boom should still be able to get this tier 1 tower, as that wasn't the big arena they were looking for.
They definitely need to get the towers down. Since they have two Invis heroes, there's gonna be like ward sentries at the entrances to the jungles, so Geek Fam is gonna be ready. But if the towers are down, you have a lot more space to run through where there are not gonna be any wards. And if you do get to Geek Fam and they're not expecting you like this, you might get some kills. But Geek Fam again ready for Boom, and minute by minute it's actually looking worse for Boom. But still, I don't want to say that they're out of this game. If they start snowballing, they can definitely get back in it.
Not if they keep hemorrhaging these what seem like slight, insignificant kills. It's just, you're basically in PL's farming pattern at that stage. You're just an extra creep camp on his way through.
Yeah, and when the enemy team knows that one of your heroes is out of the map, you're gonna lack damage in a fight. A hero is gonna survive. You're not gonna get the track gold, and then they can play freely. They don't care. They know that you're not gonna be aggressive at that point. So Boom really needs to stop giving these kills, and they need to start playing together and see if they can do something with those track kills.
Well, they're gonna try and rotate now. The Invis to work with, but Cuckoo, this attack's not quick enough.
Yeah,
and it was way too obvious.
It does break the Enchantress, but if you don't hit her for 3 seconds, it doesn't really matter. She got her heal off, and she's gonna be fine. There's just not enough heroes here to play with.
No, they just don't have the damage to follow on through. And Rubik's nowhere nearby. He's still far out as he only just respawned, picking up the bounties for his team. But while you're distracting yourself in the mid lane, you see the top, it's always this PL, always pushing in, increasing that lead. You can see this huge disparity building. And we're only 16 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and at one point, when he gets a Manta here, it's going to be really hard to kill him, and he's getting there really, really fast, faster than you should let him. At one point, maybe Boom could have slowed him down a bit, but now I'm not even sure that if they rotate a lot of heroes that they're gonna kill him before his team responds. So, and of course it's gonna be super obvious because you need a lot of heroes to deal with him right now.
And, well, Boom do have a lot of heroes here, but it's Cuckoo again, and they just don't want it. Instead, they have to run. Shepherd's coming in. He has that Yules. He moves fast enough. Marina's going to be there. The spear does get mistimed, though. And he gets stunned up by the Spike Carapace, so he can't pursue and look for anything. They just need to retreat.
This could be good for Boom, though.
It looks like they want to go. They'll move in. Dreamer Cell with the Shuriken bouncing around. They'll find one kill. The bounces from Lich not favorable with that Frost. And Cuckoo stuck on the side. This time he's not tanky enough. They will find two.
Yeah, they found two. And that was a really nice retreat from Boom at the point where they see the arena is down. The enemy doesn't have that big team fight control. We can go in. Actually, if the Mars hit that spear, that could have been bad for Boom. But I guess a little bit of a misplay does.
And they're going to lose all balance of it. Well, you got the Wukong's command down, but you're missing heroes to fight with. Hyde might die for this, but who else is going to go down? Accelerate does die. Raven. Don't know if you can man fight this for much longer. Reinforce going to come in. Looks like Carl wants to get involved, but it's going to mean they're sacrificing the life of PL. Maybe you'll find some kills now as the Monkey King, but there's the surge away. They'll be able to get them out. Makoto is safe, however, on the other side, it doesn't look good for Whitemon, who's brought down TPL just in time by Monkey King. But even if you've got 1 or 2 extra kills, you're sacrificing your most valuable core. It's not a good trade.
Not only that, these were all track kills. Dreamocell waited for all of them. He even waited for that track to kill the last hero in that fight. Perfect shuriken, but it was not in time to cancel that TP. Monkey gets out, but I don't know why they wanted to fight. You're fighting into the Bounty Hunter. The only way you can lose this game is if they get the track kills, and you gave that fight to them. You didn't have the Mars ulti, and it backfires like very badly on them. Dreamocell now
timed it right this time, and that is a good kill because you just mentioned that track
Is it the kill?
loading up. One more tap is needed. Oh no, movement forward, there it is. Just in time.
Even the dust was running out, so he actually could have gotten out there, but perfect jump from the Monkey. There was no way he could dodge that, and in the end he died. So again, Boom, when they play together, it's really looking really nice. This kill is not gonna be half as valuable as it would be if the Bounty was alive. So,
but it's the force rotations, the potential that you can push in, and it's just drawing attention away from the other areas of the map. And now the turnaround, Zephyr felt so confident. This hurts so much with the Flame Guard and the Iron Shell. He's going to be brought down. Now they can actually stay and push. There are reinforcements coming in, but is Carl feeling confident? Last time he was this confident, it cost him a lot. Makoto, well, he's living life on the edge. He'll actually stun him on the spot. Nice control. That means that Carl can't move away from a version of himself. The mech will keep Makoto healthy. He'll stay next to Cuckoo. As they chase down, Carl, one more hit will kill him off. They're staying on top, and the spike carries to ensure he cannot lifesteal up, but the reinforcements are in. Raven does arrive, trying to slow down Hyde so they can't find the kill into Carl. FBZ is trying to run away, but they do get the Monkey in the meantime. FBZ will give his life. It's a worthwhile trade. There are more kills waiting to happen, though, as Hyde now needs to get himself out. Reinforcements are hit. They stack a little bit too hard. The Remnant spamming. Mass damage on the side of Geek Fam. They're going to bring down one. And they bring down more, though, is the question. Cuckoo, stunned on the side, chase through, looking for the hunt, but they can't quite get it. No, they're actually going to get the PL out. It looked like they might have him, and Cuckoo's just going to skirt it away as well because they were so fixated on the kill for the PL.
and the PL almost died there. So here we can see the strength of the Boom draft. They just run in with those Iron Shells, and whenever they're together, they're just destroying Geek Fam. At this point, you can't really purge all of the Iron Shells. You usually have two, sometimes you can have three for a short period of time, so it's really hard for the Enchanters to purge them all, and with all that is happening inside of a fight, he can't really even focus on that. So at this point, we can see the strength of the Boom draft. Geek Fam really needs to hit that 25 to 35 minute mark when the PL gets Manta Diffusal, plus maybe halfway to another item when he is strong, and I really want to see a BKB on this Monkey. The Nyx.
It's
Nice.
just the sacrificial lamb. He'll say, okay, Wukong's is on cooldown. At least my other heroes were farming, and Boom will maintain this 4,000 net worth lead right now. And you can just see this tri-core catching up on the PL quickly.
Yeah, the Monkey didn't go for the second item BKB, and this could be a mistake. If he gets his Diffusal and starts dying a lot and he has nowhere to farm, it's gonna be a big problem though. Boom ID, they're still giving these solo kills, and that's the only thing that's actually keeping Geek Fam in this game. Imagine if they were constantly 5 alive, the pressure that is on Geek Fam, they cannot farm. If they fight, we saw what happens. So these kills are really important for them. They're doing a good job finding them. On the other side, I think Boom needs to slow it down when they're not together. Just get together and start playing, start killing those heroes.
And there's not too much of a panic around it as well, right? Because this Monkey King will go into this Diffusal. It's a decent item for the hero, but you don't get that value we usually expected because of the Surge. The Surge is always the variable they have to worry about. It's not like this BKB you're talking about that at least allows him to survive in the fight, wait for the Surge, do something afterwards. It's kind of, if you're not in and killing someone in a few seconds, you feel like Boom can actually start to take control of the fights.
Yeah, they can definitely, and if that BKB doesn't come out soon, if the fights start going the way of Boom, this level 2 track, it's gonna be level 3 at some point. It's gonna do a lot for the Boom economy, and they're gonna have a lot of gold. The interesting thing I saw, Nyx went for the Meteor Hammer. When they introduced the talent, you could combo it perfectly. Now, you can't really, it's still there. There's their 0.1 second where you can activate your BKB. You still, of course, if you do it perfectly, if you stun and he's the furthest away from you that he can be, and then you start using your Meteor Hammer, you are gonna combo it perfectly, but it's really hard. So I'm not sure if it's the best item. I would have preferred if Nyx went for a 4-staff here. I feel like Boom, if they're mobile, they're gonna destroy Geek Fam. So I like the Yules. It's definitely gonna help.
Yeah, it's kind of that thought of like, if you're relying on this idea of just running in as well and being able to tap, stun the target, is that likely considering yourself as this bounty hunter, right? So there's going to be a lot of detection down on the map from the side of Geek Fam. Yeah. Or at least you'd hope so. All right? Unlike my pub games, I think these guys know how to correctly ward and carry dust.
Okay, Monkey King finished his defusal. They didn't get punished for this. I don't think he died even once from when he decided he's gonna take it, when the Echo Saber was done. So really well done by him. Here they want to catch him, but he is definitely...
He's way too elusive. I love the fact that he took the Tree Dance talent so he can get around the map quicker. It allows him to be the split pusher because he's not the winning condition, right? It's his PL. You're just the split pusher who's not a risk. And look at the amount of time they are wasting looking for this kill. It's just never going to happen.
It was actually close.
Or will it?
As you said, that he's going to get caught.
A little Carl. He didn't go for the quick escape. He did not expect Boom to bring 5 heroes. This is the moment where you're thumping your keyboard going, what's my team doing? Why are they all here?
But this is definitely the right play from Boom. Monkey King was playing too long with them there. There's an Ember who can break trees and also see where he is with the Sleight of Fist. There is a Darkseer who can break trees. You need to be careful about those things. He stayed there for way too long. And here, Zephyr is going to be caught. Where is the...
nice Spirit Wave, but won't change the outcome.
Yeah, but the bounty was not there to give the track kill, so not. It's actually a big deal because now they can continue to chase, and we see even though the PL was very strong at some point, now he's only 1k above the Ember, and that's if they die 1 or 2 times more with the track kills, that's gonna change. The Ember is gonna be first on the net worth.
It's that escalation factor. It's what you're looking for. Bounty has always been a snowball hero. Whether you're playing at the 1, the 3, 4, 5, whatever, it's all about between that 20, like 15, 25 minute mark. How much can we milk in terms of kills?
And like I said, this is how Boom needs to play. And the thing that we were talking about, the Aghanims has also been picked up on the bounty.
Yeah. So we're going to get to see it. A little bit of spice of life. I like the idea of the Ags, right? It gives a lot more consistency to a right-click focused bounty hunter compared to the old one.
Does it actually give damage from the Janada?
I'm trying to think if it does. I think it's still more damage than what it used to be, right? Because there's more control, there's more chase down. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of pause, so I think, are we going to send it across to the panel? Or are we back? Panel.
Thank you very much, Killer Pigeon. Yes, welcome back to the panels. We are giving you a coronavirus update. Of course, you know, really important to keep track of everything that's going on right now in the world, and we are going to be doing this every hour to make sure you guys stay informed, stay safe, and enjoy your time indoors. Now, if you are self-quarantined, then of course, things can happen. You might find yourself getting a little bit out of shape, you know, maybe not access to the gym. Luckily, we have somebody very well advised on these kinds of matters, and our good friend, our good panelist, Lizard, is going to be teaching you a couple of things you can do to keep yourself nice and healthy when you are
100, 101. Yeah, there we go. You can do push-ups. It's simple, it's easy, get on the floor, do a couple of 100 push-ups or 100. There's a challenge right now, guys, happening. Blitz and some other esports personalities are doing it. 10,000 push-ups until, what, 17th of April, I think, or something, which brings you to 400-ish, 450 a day if you start right now. Easy, go for it, keep your health.
Can we be realistic for a second? Because like, not all of us look, you know, like they hit the gym every day. If I quickly stand up for a second, British bod. So, you know, we've got to think about the simple tasks, you know. So push-ups, cool, but there's a lot of activities you can do at home to obviously keep yourself active. But just like how we have this pause now every hour to make sure we remind you there's things to do. You can easily do exercise. You just get up, walk around.
Yeah, you
find things
can walk around the room. That's also
Yeah,
a thing.
for the unfit
if you're
people.
too lazy to
Or-
to do anything,
Look at the guns, man. They're not here.
your guns are great. They're
Thank-
great. I love them.
It is important though to use this break to wash your hands. Kind of breaking the action so you can go and wash your hands, open a window, get a bit of exercise in, and of course find out about everything that's going on around the world with coronavirus right now, as it is important to stay up to date. The first person in Ukraine has recovered from COVID-19, the coronavirus. So some good news over here, as we have some recoveries on the way. This will happen over time. People will get better. The football club Bayern Munich, a couple of their players have founded a We Kick Corona charity, which they've donated 1 million euros towards to get funds and efforts. So yeah, good job over there. Other areas also doing their bit. Everyone trying to pitch in and get themselves on the board with that one. Russian scientists, they've begun working on a vaccine over in Siberia. So, along with the company which we're funding with this event, Russia are also trying to get their feet wet and get something coming. So as many efforts as we can to get a vaccine on the way is going to be really important in laboratories across the world to find a cure and hopefully shut this thing down eventually. A total of 1,002 people have died in Spain after testing positive for coronavirus. Officials have confirmed nearly 20,000 people have been infected in the country. It's in a state of emergency over there, and 1,588 people have recovered, though, so some bright news. But yeah, I mean, this thing, it is deadly, and it does need to be tackled with the utmost seriousness. And of course, you can do everything you can. Keep your hands washed. Keep inside if possible. If you do have to go to work, then make sure you keep social distancing 6 feet apart at any given time from anybody else who are around you. If you're trying to greet your friends, of course, as Lizard and T-Governor will demonstrate for us here, a beautiful little elbow bump is what we've all been doing to make sure everybody's nice and healthy. With your hands, don't touch your face. Really important to do so. And the symptoms to look out for, the biggest ones are coughing and temperature. If you have either of those, get yourself away, get yourself into quarantine. Quarantine means not talking to anybody else, not having contact with anybody else for up to 7 to 8 days.
You can
game though.
You can game, yeah, I was gonna say. You can still play your game.
You absolutely
Dota.
can. And talking about the game, we can jump back into Boom Esports versus Geek Fam. So take it away, casters.
Thank you to our wonderful panel, and it's kind of a wake-up call, right? A lot of people maybe aren't taking this seriously. They think it's not a problem. This kind of wakes you up, right? Like, people are dying from this, but luckily people are recovering, and anything that we can do to help kind of explain that to people, reveal that to people, and anything you can do at home to help actually raise money for these foundations to actually trying to find cures and help the people in the front line is appreciated.
Yeah, definitely the best thing we can do here, besides raising the money, is raise the awareness. Like we said, you can also eat right, you can exercise, keep your immunity up. If it comes to that you do get sick, that your immunity is ready for it. But of course, definitely you should stay at home. You should not get exposed to the virus or expose anyone else. But let's get back into the game. We were talking about the Ags on the bounty hunter. Yeah, on the bounty hunter. Here, Whitemon is gonna get caught.
Yeah, I think Whitemon, well, we're talking about staying at home. He should maybe stay in his base because he's feeling like a liability. If he doesn't die, he tanks so much and instead hide. Has to hide in the trees, just about gets away. The sleight of fist can't finish the deal though, as Lich moves away just in time.
That was actually a bit of a misplay on the Nyx. If he just used the carapace immediately when the shield started pulsating, he would have stunned the Lich. There would be no ulti. Mikoto wouldn't get slowed down there, and they probably would have brought him down. Then maybe they could chase, but this way Hyde almost lost his life in the end. It's okay for both teams, but I think that it could have gone a lot better for Boom here.
Most definitely. But Boom, at least they keep all of Geek Fam there, right? So it's that case of it's not like you took that fight 4v5, didn't get anything, and they had someone farming elsewhere. Geek Fam had to commit themselves. And Boom are reluctant to leave. They are adhering to your advice, clearly. Maybe you should be their coach, and you could have been standing in right now for Boom.
I am actually having quite a lot of fun here, so I'm not sure which I would prefer right now.
I guess it'd be a little bit awkward with the language barrier as well.
I guess they can speak English.
I think most of them speak decent English.
Well, then that's fine.
It's just the problem is usually when you're in those heated moments, you can end up falling back to your native tongue. I've heard some great stories around teams having that issue when they brought in players from different regions.
I actually played with the 3 Serbians and Arais, he's from Romania. So sometimes he would have problems when we start talking like on the lanes on Serbian. So
you're fighting as 4 bot and you made the call for him to TP back, but you made it in Serbian.
Yeah, that can happen, but you adjust it, I guess. Anyways, we were talking about the Ags on the bounty. I'm not sure if it does the damage from the Janada and your physical attack. I guess it does, because if it doesn't, then it just...
what, it's just a slow?
No, just steals the gold.
Yeah, true. There is a steal and gold factor, I guess, but...
But that wouldn't be super strong, right? So I guess it's damage as well. It has to be the damage. So we'll see how it works out. He's going for a BKB next. Definitely something they need. They need to hit those timings. This is where they're powerful. If the PL gets a heart and he starts running into Boom, it's going to be really hard for them to bring him down.
And
then,
look at this.
Oh.
This is a juicy kill. He has no clue that they're here.
But he has a BKB.
It's tough.
If he gets Boundless Strike, he's gonna die, but...
No, they were a little bit out of position. So the smoke doesn't connect, and it becomes obvious that they're here now. And all of a sudden, Boom begin to just match together on that bot lane for the engagement. Jeffa low already, almost going to go down, and they do get the Wukong's command down. However, Mars is already dead. He'll have to buy back. Hide in the back line, will be found and killed off. This should just be a back away for Boom, but they don't look like they want to.
Nick's buyback as well.
I mean, commit the BKB, he has to find more. He'll find Whitemon at least, doesn't end up the high ground, does allow him to come back around looking at Cuckoo next, who cannot move away quick enough, and Dreamer says, like, just milk him for more cash, please. I just want all the gold in my pocket.
That's 3 track kills now for Boom, and they are starting to really increase this lead. 9k gold now. This is the biggest lead that we've seen in this game, and really, really nicely played from them.
Okay, it looks like Zephyr's going to... It looked like they were actually going to try and move across with a Remnant, because of course, if that would be the dieback, and then you're looking at high ground, or as we mentioned earlier, because these teams don't take Roach quickly, that would have been the opening they were looking for, because what are you really concerned about Geek Fam in the pit? It's that Mars, right? That's the scare factor that keeps you from going in and just taking Roach.
And also there's the Monkey, there's also the Lich, so that clumped up space is not a good place for Boom to fight. But speaking of high ground, they're really bad at going high ground. I think Boom wants to take it super late here, right? To not let PL hit that timing where he has 3 items where he's super strong, but we are stronger. They want to be stronger than the PL with 3 items. And then they just want to keep killing and killing and killing with the track, getting the gold, and then when they have enough items, you can always go high ground.
It's your SCA standard. Murder, murder, murder.
Yeah.
That's just lovely, Chubbly. And as a result, you can already see Geek Fam. They are just trying to maximize the split push, right, with this Monkey King every time. But it is incredibly risky. Even with that tree dance talent, we saw the amount of ways that you have to break trees on the side of Boom. This is not a safe thing for the Monkey King to undertake.
And not only break trees, you have 2 invis heroes. When you're jumping like that, there's no sentries. You do not know that they're close to you. I'm not sure if the Monkey, if the Nyx and the Bounty have their Quelling Blades still, but when I play Nyx against the Monkey, I sometimes buy a Quelling Blade, and then I just get him off a tree, but he's gonna have a 4-staff soon, so that's another way that he can get him off 4-second stun, and it's gonna be...
It's a little bit tougher to justify the Quelling Blade on supports now, right? Ever since they stopped letting you de-ward with them. That was the big value factor. That's why we also saw a lot of ranged 5s carrying Quelling Blades around. And then you'd have like the very forehead person in chat going, lol, why does support 5 have Quelling Blade?
Yeah, but now you can't do it anymore.
Now they are correct in calling you out in chat.
Yeah, they should. But now if the Nyx will have the Quelling Blade, that would be fine, in my opinion. And Bounty, maybe he still has the Quelling Blade. The Nyx, he's going for a 4-staff. So that's really nice. And he bought a gem. So a good play from Boom. Like I said, they don't want to go high ground. They want to control the map. They want to get the kills. At one point, Geek Fam is going to get nervous, and they're gonna start making mistakes. That's the point where Boom strike. Oh my god, very nicely done.
Caught out. He wanted to farm because he did just get his level 20 talent, so he should be quicker. Now he's gonna try and escape. But they got the roots, they got the control, and they get the kill. 75 seconds without your Monkey King.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. This is the problem with Geek Fam. The point at which they could fight. The Monkey King did not have a BKB. He died every time. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even stand in his own ultimate. So now they're in a really tough spot, and I don't see where he can get the farm. He can do shenanigans like this, but Mikoto has been on point for the last 10 minutes.
Most definitely. Everywhere he needs to be. And you saw the lines that were drawn after Monkey King died, right? Like, Carl straight away is like, okay, you just need to push these 2 lanes. But then you look at the other heroes on Geek Fam. Only one of them feels confident going down those lanes now, right? It's past the point where Ench is like, okay, I can just get spanked by the ganks and never die. Speaking of dying, this big boy is going to be going down.
Yeah,
That's the opportunity.
And this is a win-win situation for Boom. They're definitely stronger at this point. There is, I think, no way that Geek Fam can win a fight. If they come to fight, they're gonna die. They're gonna give 3, 4, maybe even 5 track kills, and they're just gonna lose the game there. This way, they're just gonna let the Roche go, and now Boom can play even more aggressive. Mikoto is gonna get the Aegis, he can push out the waves without the fear of dying twice, and it's gonna be extremely hard for Geek Fam to play the map right now. So I really want to see how Mikoto will spread the map and how he will be joining his team when he needs to, and the Aghanim is definitely the right choice to do that.
Yeah, that's the Speedy Gonzalez factor. Has the quickening charm as well. This is turned into a dirty Ember game. And that Aegis, more importantly, allows him to dive into the base, right? Where, you know, in a lot of games, people look at that and go, that's a suboptimal play. But we mentioned it already, they don't take buildings well. So when you're talking about high ground defense from Geek Fam, it would usually be quite easy. But if they have that flexibility to go deeper, then all of a sudden that's their win condition. They have to kill the heroes before they can kill the buildings.
Yeah, but the way, it's not that hard. You just go uphill, you see where the heroes are, the bounty tracks them. You track 1, 2, or you track like 3 heroes, and it's easy to dive them. So in that sense, Boom has a way to in that way, break the high ground.
Yeah, you just track them and then just hit them, lol.
Yeah, you just go in. You can basically dive them at tier 4s now when Mikoto has the BKB. But like I said, they actually got through that big PL timing, and at this point, the ones who are definitely controlling this game and how it's gonna end up are Boom. So their draft actually worked quite well, and I'm happy that it did, because it's a super fun draft.
Yeah, and you know, at the same time, no one wants 2-0s, right? You want to keep it a little bit spicy. And it would have been unfortunate with, you know, the stand-in having to occur here, them losing their captain, but they are holding well so far. The game is not done, but with 11,000 net worth lead and an Aegis in their hand, you can see they're not prioritizing pushing the high ground. You mentioned it before, let's just get 6 slotted. Let's starve out the map and make sure this PL starts to feel the pain and this Monkey King never catches up again.
Yes, and then, like I said, at one point they're gonna start making mistakes. Geek Fam has to start making mistakes, because this way they're just gonna passively lose the game. There's no way that their Monkey's not gonna get a BKB ever, and Zephyr is not going anywhere. He's gonna be another kill without any mana.
It was a cute idea, but this is the rough part about that Mars, right? And this 4-roll. I don't feel like we've ever had a point in the game that we've watched where the fight has gone on, and it's like, this Mars is tanky, you can't kill him. At every stage, they've been able to just run him down. Now Mikoto looking to run down Raven, who will be able to TP away, but then the vacuum just in time, dragging him with the Searing Chase as well, so he cannot maneuver out of this. He'll go for the doppelganger away. That ganger is about to get banged as they bring him down, kill him off, and that's the big kill they need to go high ground, especially with Mars now being dead for 45 seconds.
Both of them do not have buybacks. They wanted to buy their items to be strong enough to potentially fight, but Boom is just way too powerful right now. And they can push into the high ground. If they see any of the heroes on the side of Geek Fam, they can instantly dive them. And this game, Boom, I really like how they played. They made a few mistakes here and there, but that happens. It's just Dota. You can't play any game perfectly, and now they're actually pushing in. With the Meteor Hammer, they have some decent tower damage.
Most definitely. It's coming in use, not for the stun combo potential we were talking about before. Instead, it'll be more useful for just hitting the buildings at this stage, and they are going to slow it down a little bit with the repair kit. Not as strong as it used to be. With the Frost Shield in combination, it does slow them down substantially, but not long enough to get the PL off for the tower to drop. And now the lowest, returning that lift, but the more important one is held in place. The BKB comes out, Monkey King move away. Carl will be able to do so for the moment, but that's a BKB charge used just to run away. And now, how the hell do you fight when you've got your full team up? Because your Monkey King is now a liability.
Yeah, he doesn't have a BKB. That's how you lost your 10-second BKB, because at this point, Boom is just way too strong. He can't do much. I'm not sure if Boom wants to stay here. They could possibly make a mistake, because December is low on mana. He does have the Aegis, but it's probably the best idea to go back, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna go back, they're gonna reset. Geek Fam is still not gonna be able to get out of their base.
They just got their paycheck at the end of the month. They're like, holy crap, we're going to the bar, boys, because we've got money to spend. And this is indeed the case, especially when you have a bounty and R take those builds. 14,000 net worth lead, building more. And the most important thing now for Geek Fam, they know they're going to be fighting their base. They need to get buybacks. And no, there is no chance for you to do that. Carl already has his at least, but he's going to be funneling gold away to his enemies. As he does that, now 38 gold short of that buyback.
Yeah.
His team is coming out.
What are they doing?
They're coming out.
Okay.
They're outnumbered right now. Or are they? No, there's one hero missing. Ember was in the mid lane. Accelerator's going to go down, but maybe they can fight someone in return. Force stuff to get him away, but Whitemon's separated from his team. He just says, go, run. Buyback will come out for the Rubik. They have the numbers now, and they are hot in pursuit. They do see Raven. If they can kill this might be able to actually secure them another lane, as though chasing Mikoto. He can spam all he wants. Jules is going to come out from Zephyr. Arena goes down, pins him to the wall, but he's a sacrificial lamb. Will be left behind as PL does not turn around to fight. He just retreats. Zephyr hit up with the E-Blade, slowed down. Hunt is on. Cuckoo is going to be found. Meteor Hammer to connect with his face. The heal's going to run out soon. You've already lost Zephyr. The only one you get out is the PL. And what looked like it was their maneuver, they thought they could go confidently make this with the Ember being in the mid lane, completely backfires onto the side of Geek Fam and cost them everyone except Fanbars.
We talked about that. We talked how at one point they are going to get nervous. They are going to make a mistake. And that was that point. We have to fight, guys. We are losing this game passively. We have to try, and you actually do. You need to try to do something, but this was the point where you just go in and you have no chances of winning. Even their Monkey King died there, so it was almost impossible for them to win a fight, and this is the last repair kit, so now it's gonna be a lot easier for Boom ID to get rid of these structures.
And they're just so damn tanky, right? It's not quick kills that you can achieve with your Geek Fam onto the side of Boom. More importantly, that person in the mid lane is an Ember who can just move across in the blink of an eye, right? He has that mobility with the Remnants, with the Axe. It was a ballsy move, but as you said, it's that case. Do you try and make a play, or do you just sit in your base slowly watching the Empire crumble?
Yeah, you don't really do that. Really good team, and these are really good teams, is never gonna let that happen. So Geek Fam wanted to go out. It was unfortunate that their monkey died, but this is the factor of the Invis Bounty Hunter, of the Invis Nyx, who scout out the Monkey King. Then when the Monkey King wants to cut some waves, he's just gonna get caught out by the Darkseer or someone else and just gonna die, and we are gonna see another smoke here from Geek Fam.
And they're trying to keep the hopes alive. They have a goal in mind. Monkey King has queued up the Divine Rapier. If anything is going to get them into this game, it has to be that. You can't go through conventional means, and you can't go with your Lich, who has already been found out in the river and killed off. And they are converging the top lane. You need to get everyone out from Geek Fam cleanly here.
Yeah, I need to get everyone out, and the main thing is I don't see him getting...
Oh, no.
Ooh, he's close.
He had the right idea, but he did not sink his battleship. Geek Fam will get out, minimizing casualties to only their 5.
I really want to praise Mikoto this game. This is the perfect build that he could have gone for. Maelstrom to just deal with the PL in the beginning. Then he goes for a BKB. He knows he needs it. He needs to fight. I mean, did he went for the Ags first? No, he went for a BKB.
He done the...
BKB, Radiance, Axe, right?
Yeah,
that's
Maelstrom, BKB.
Yeah. These are the perfect items he needs, and I also think that he did it in the right order. He needed the BKB to fight, then he gets that Radiance to deal with the PL later on, and in the end, he gets the Axe, and now we can see how well he's playing. He's chasing everyone. The last fight, the reason why they got 4 kills was him. It was Mikoto, because he caught the Mars, he almost caught the PL, and in the end, he caught the PL.
More. Look at this. He came to clear the wave. They can hear him clear. The BKB is going to be used by Carl. He's going to chase him with the Wukong. The arena goes down. The combo is going to be used, but they are so goddamn tanky. They're going to turn onto them right now. Getting them low here. Heal's going to turn out, but Rubik's already dead. 100 seconds on the sideline, trying to get the Darkseer low down half HP, but now they're looking to turn around. Zephyr just trying to hold his ground and retreat, but they've already lost the Lich again. They will lose the Mars as well as he falls. And on the side, Darkseer just wasting their time as he escapes. 3 dead as they find the big kill on the Monkey King. They're in the base, and boom, they do not want to leave anymore. Cuckoo going to be found out and killed off. They forced the buyback out of Carl, but what the hell do you now do with it? You watch your base crumble.
Yeah, you can't do much with it. You do not have a BKB, you do not have your ulti, so nothing you can do about it. The only thing they got was the Rubik. The other ones, like you said, are way too tanky. The Nyx has his Spike Carapace. These 3 heroes are not dying, and Mikoto is just way too powerful at this point. He's really playing out of his mind. Good idea, good itemization, and perfect execution. For the last 20 minutes, they haven't been able to deal with him, so very nice game from Boom, and this should be GG very soon.
They got one more fight in them, one half, one puff, and they're going to hope that they can blow this brick house down, because Boom They have built up a solid castle and they refuse to give in. That was the perfect combo for Geek Fam as well, and it was a shrug and a laugh at best.
Yeah, they couldn't do anything.
BKB, Raven has to do something. He's going to chase on to Mikoto. He's been separated from his team, but they just do not have the lockdown. Lincoln's pop, trying to move away. BKB activates so Ember can escape. The bash is going to be there, but they heal him up the Guardian Greaves. That should give him enough time to retreat. And they just have to watch him leave. There's nothing they can do about it. That was the hope. If they could get that kill, maybe they could try and rebuttal this, but instead, Bounty Hunter in pursuit. BKB, no chance you could control him up. Zephyr has no escape either. He is going to fall. Raven has to try and hold them back, but now that you have the numbers, do you really leave? Because Rubik's up again, moving in, Mikoto roots them in place. Carl has to throw down the Wukong's command, but not looking healthy. He needs to hang on the edge and try to escape, but he can't. Brought down, Cuckoo is going to be followed up on. Even with the Essence Ring, no hope in hell of getting out of this, as it looks like that might be it.
Yeah,
So Chase said, they're like, we want it all, and they will get it all, as they will get the second game and lead this into a third game. We're going to need to bring